Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you some shading techniques for portraits. So the first one that I'm starting with right now is going to be cross-hatching, which is shading made of lines. So to start, you kind of need to know where the shadow is going to fall on an average face or on your face. So I've already drawn my portrait, and so what I'm going to do now is start building up the shadows. So for any shading, usually you're going to start really light because you can always put more on. It's more tricky to take some away, but it's not impossible. You can erase some. Okay, so I know that light usually comes from above and then is going to be hitting the face from above. So things that are always usually shaded are underneath the eyebrows a little bit because they are shielding the eyes. So they have shading under the nose, bottom of the nose, because the top of the nose is going to be bright, the light's hitting it, the bottom of the nose is going to be shaded. And then under the nose in the philtrum, that's this little area here under the nose, a little divot. And then under the chin and on the bottom of the chin, also going to be shaded. So I'm going to do some of that just by making lots of parallel light lines. Holding my pencil very gently, and I'm just running it across the paper without even really pushing. See, I'm just making lots of lines that are the same over and over again. So that's just hatching, actually. Cross-hatching is when I make lines that go counter to those lines and then build up the shading. So for example, if I come in and I start making some opposite lines, that's going to make it a little darker. So if I push a little harder when I'm drawing the lines, they're going to be darker. And if the lines are further apart, they're going to be lighter, and closer together, they're going to be darker. While you're shading, you do want to make sure that the outline of your picture stays solid, so you might have to like come in and make it a little darker sometimes. So the pupils are going to be dark, and depending on your eye color, your eye may also be dark. Your iris, that's the colored part of your eye. I'm adding more definition and details to the hair right now. And then I can also erase any lines that were left over from when I drew the head shape. So the hair is covering the head. You can't see the headline anymore. See, that line got a little dark, so I'm just kind of tapping it, making it lighter again. See, I'm turning my paper to make it easier to draw some lines, so if I want to go backwards, it's very easy to make a line like this. It might be harder to make a line like that. So turn my paper to make each line easier to draw. Okay, there's some shading done with cross-hatching. So you can see that these many lines work together to make the 3D shading, that the light's coming down and hitting the face and leaving highlights on the nose, the cheeks, and the chin, even on the forehead, though I've got some bangs covering this part of the forehead. Okay. Alright guys, that's the idea of cross-hatching shading.